In the quiet Igbo village of Umudara, where the red earth glowed warmly under the sun and palm trees whispered ancient stories to the wind, there lived a respected farmer named Nwankwo. He was known for his hard work, his deep voice during village meetings, and the wide farmland he inherited from his father. Years earlier, Nwankwo had married a gentle woman named Obiageli. She was kind, patient, and soft-spoken. She woke before the first cock crow, swept the compound, cooked warm meals, and prayed for peace in her home. But as the seasons passed, no child came. At first the villagers comforted her. "Do not worry," the elderly women would say. "A child comes in God's time." But years became many, and whispers slowly replaced comfort. Under pressure from his relatives and elders, Nwankwo took a second wife, a strong and proud woman named Obeke. Soon after her marriage, children began to fill the compound, first a son, then another, then daughters. Laughter returned to Nwankwo's household, but peace quietly left Obiageli's heart. The deepening of sorrow. As the children grew, they began to copy the attitude of their mother. They passed Obiageli without greeting. They laughed when she spoke. They scattered the firewood she arranged and mocked the food she cooked. Sometimes, when visitors came, Obeke would speak loudly. "Some women are wives only in name. A true wife fills a house with children." Each word pierced Obiageli's heart like a sharp thorn, yet she remained silent. Only the udala tree behind the house knew how often she cried. The day of humiliation. One market day, Obiageli carried vegetables she had managed to harvest from the small edge of her land. As she walked through the busy market, two women began to whisper loudly enough for her to hear. "Is that not the barren wife of Nwankwo?" "Yes, the one living on another woman's mercy." Her legs grew weak, but she kept walking. She sold her vegetables quietly and returned home before sunset, holding her tears until night. That evening, even Nwankwo did not notice her silence. And Obiageli understood something painful. Loneliness can exist even inside a crowded house. The land that was taken expanded. When Ubeke's eldest son seized her farmland, it was not only land that was taken. It was her dignity, her security, her last small hope of independence. After Nwankwo refused to defend her, Obiageli stopped speaking much. She ate little, she walked quietly, but inside her, prayer was growing like a hidden seed. The secret kindness. Unknown to many, Obiageli had one secret habit. Every Eke market day, she gave a small portion of food to an old blind man near the shrine, to orphan children living with their grandmother, strangers passing through the village. She never announced it. She never expected reward. She simply said, "Let my empty womb not make my heart empty too." The spirits of kindness were watching silently. The stranger at the stream, deeper meaning. When the mysterious old woman disappeared into the forest, Obiageli felt a strange peace she could not explain. For the first time in many years, her heart felt light. She began to sing softly again while fetching water. Old songs her mother taught her as a child. And the wind seemed to carry the songs far beyond the trees. The season of justice. Then came the strange season. Rain fell only on certain farms. Pests avoided one small corner near the stream. Healer's medicines failed only in Ubeke's house. Fear entered the compound. For the first time, Ubeke looked at Obiageli not with pride, but with uneasy eyes, because deep in her heart, she remembered every cruel word she had spoken. Judgment of the elders expanded. During the village gathering, silence covered the square like a cloth. When the oldest elder spoke about a woman's tears, even the birds seemed to stop singing. Ubeke's children, who once laughed boldly, now lowered their heads in shame. The return of Obiageli's land was not just punishment. It was a restoration of truth. And when she stood in honor, many women in the crowd began to wipe hidden tears. Because the two knew silent suffering. The miracle child preacher moment. Obiageli's pregnancy was gentle but filled with wonder. Women who once mocked her now brought palm oil, yam flour, soft cloth for the baby. Not because they were kind, but because miracles command respect. The night she gave birth, rain fell softly, though it was not rainy season. The elders called it the rain of mercy. When baby Chinonso cried for the first time, Obiageli wept louder than the child. Tears of released sorrow, healing of hearts. Obeke's apology came from true brokenness, not pride. And Obiageli's forgiveness came from deep strength, not weakness. Slowly, the children began to call her, Nne Anyi, our mother. She told them stories at night. Peace returned like grass after rain. Even Nwankwo changed. He spoke more gently, and regret followed him like a quiet shadow. Many years later, new ending. Years passed. Chinonso grew into a wise and kind young man, loved throughout Umudara. He protected the weak, respected elders, and treated all mothers equally. When Nwankwo became old and weak, it was Obiageli who cared for him day and night. Not remembering the pain of the past. Before his death, Nwankwo held her hand and whispered, "You were the true strength of this house. Forgive the blindness of my youth." And Obiageli answered softly, "Where there is forgiveness, nothing is lost." Final moral expanded. The elders of Umudara still tell this story to young brides and restless hearts. Do not mock the silent one. Do not steal what God has given another. Tears planted in patience grow into blessings. Because in the end, heaven may be quiet, but heaven never forgets. Help.